Greetings from Scouts Farm, and straight off I'm going to have to apologise that I'm on the beach and it's very windy, so there's nothing I can do, but the microphone's going to crackle. But I'll try and hopefully talk a little bit louder and then you can hear what I've got to say. But the purpose of this video is it's about what happened during the Blitz of 1940 and 41 in Liverpool. So it's yet another video about certain things in Liverpool that were affected by the Second World War in particular. And this is known as the Blitz Beach because, as we know from previous videos, or if you've watched a few of them, the area around this part of Liverpool, from I'll point now in the direction, but you can see there in that beautiful backdrop, right down that way is Bootle, and Bootle was heavily impacted and bombed by German dive bombers during the 1940 and 1941. Wow, the wind is ridiculous. And all of what you can see now is rubble from all the damage to the buildings at that time. So when the buildings were blown to smithereens, they needed to get rid of it out of the city because you couldn't just sit there living in the rubble. And they thought the best place to put it would be on this beach, Crosby Beach. So while I talk through the history, I'll just stay on the sand and then I'll go up into the rocks and show you how the weather has affected the rocks and the bricks and all of the rubble over time. And a little good point of fact is that a lot of this rubble was also used in ships' ballast. So it filled up ships and they went off to other countries and particularly America. So in the sea there, off it went all the way over to America, and a lot of the rubble from the Blitz of Liverpool was used as hardcore and building foundations for the east side of Manhattan Island in New York. So a lot of modern New York is built on the rubble from Liverpool. All of this sort of stuff was used to stick in the ballast tanks of the ships on the way out, and then supplies were brought back on the Atlantic ferry crossings to bring all supplies back to Liverpool to continue with the war effort. And before I go up onto the rubbly beach bit, the golf course over the back, I think there's a golf course just over the way there, that is also being reinforced. So a lot of this was said to be used as reinforcement to stop the weather erosion and tidal erosion right along Crosby and up into towards Hightown and Formby, which is all the way up that way. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of rubble still here, and that's because Bootle and areas around that part of Liverpool were badly damaged, and there was about, I think, 4,000 dead over the course of the Blitz in Bootle alone, and 70,000 were made homeless, which is obviously terrible tragedy, but it also shows the extent of damage that happened. And what we have as well is a lot of extra dumping got placed here in the 70s. So with a lot of the building expansions going on in the city, I think a few unscrupulous builders and developers, they used this Rubble Beach as like a bit of camouflage for them to dump all of the things that they would have had to have paid to get rid of. So it's not just the 1940s rubble here, there's also some stuff from later on, some illegal dumping, fly tipping, etc. And I'm just hoping you can hear what I'm saying because I know the wind is bad. But I'm going to go up onto the rubble now and show you some of the weather erosion. And you can see it's just all sorts of different bricks, rocks, and this would have started off life as a brick, but you can see how it just smooths out over time with the tidal and the weather erosion. And there's people have been on here in calmer days and found like gravestones, memorial plaques. There's all sorts of rubble that's been dumped here because all the bombing affected not just houses, it affected places of worship. So as we know from Liverpool town centre, you've got the bombed out church, St Luke's, A lot of other churches, and look at this one here. This is looks like that Cromwell stone. Oh my word, that's like, if you've not seen it, I'll put a link up here somewhere, but there's a video about Cromwell stone, the siege of Latham House, and Cromwell's army in the 1600s, 1645, used sandstones, or like big stones, to cast shot in, and it looks similar to this, although this is sandstone, not hard rock stone. But I quite like that, it's lovely. I might take that. Stick it in my garden. And look at it all around it. It's just, over time, nature will just take everything back. So I don't know how many years it will be, but a couple of hundred years or whatever, a lot of this might even just turn into dust. That's a lovely one as well. And all that. And at least it's been put to some good use now, because as I say, it's a helpful barrier against coastal erosion. But this beach stretches all the way, or the Rubble stretches all the way up towards Hightown, which is that way. Obviously I'm not going to walk all the way up there now across all of this, but it's just amazing some of the things you can see. And if you are in Liverpool and you do come down and start rooting around in here, just be aware that, as I said before, the dumping of building waste in the 70s, a lot of it contained asbestos and other toxic substances used in the building industry. So just be very wary about what you do pick up if you do want to take any souvenirs. But that looks brilliant. That looks like a face. Seen that now? It looks like it's got an eye there, another eye there. There's his mouth, and that's a creature that might have washed up. That might be an alien relic, actually. I'm gonna have to call someone for that. That's obviously something you don't want to play with. Someone's just dumped the car tyre there. I doubt that's from the 40s. But there's so much stuff here. It's fascinating for when people want to come down with the metal detectors and all sorts of other things, just to see what you can find. I'm sure there'll be some nice little bits of treasure. But on a day like today, it's quite treacherous with the old wind coming in. You can see now we're in a Christmas time off, and all the kids are off school, and it's nice to see they're all like playing down there, and the parents are bringing them down to go and root through the Rubble. So it's obviously very well known here, but to a lot of people, they may not know that Liverpool even has beaches. And in the summer, this is an absolutely fantastic place. You've got Wales in the background. You can't see very well, but there's hills there behind the clouds. And that way, that's back towards Liverpool city centre that way. And we're at the lifeguard station now. We've got RNLI lifeguard post, which unfortunately is pay and display, so I've parked somewhere else because I'm tight and I've walked down here. So there's no way I'm paying to park anywhere out of principle. So that will do you. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too difficult to hear what I was saying. But this is Crosby Blitz Beach. And if you are in the area, get yourselves down and have a little route around. Scouse Farm. We'll see you all again soon.